Top of the morning. Good morning. Welcome. Yeah. It's your numero uno breakfast show. Wake Up Nigeria on a Wednesday morning. It's great to have you.
It's great to have you, Mike. It's great to have you.
I was thinking we'll make reference to it, but yeah, maybe we should.
What? I'm loving the get up. I'm loving it. Loving the look. Loving you looking extra dapper this Wednesday. Looks like it's good to sign some checks.
It Actually, the Wednesday costume was not around, and I had to look for a Monday one.
No, but you know the amazing thing?
Yeah.
All things work together. Especially when you tune to Wake Up Nigeria. We take you on this absolute journey like no other. We have this mind-blowing, carefully curated TV content just for you.
Yep, we do. We have quite a load in store for you today. And as always, we deliver the very best for your viewing pleasure. Yeah. Nothing but top-notch family entertainment coming your way.
It's all fun and games right here for the next 1 hour, 45 minutes of the absolute best. So don't get restless, just get comfortable. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
I am Mike Mesikeno. Now remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the best breakfast show on Nigerian television.
You can also watch us from absolutely anywhere. All you need is our mobile app. If you have Google Play or iOS, just download it so we can be in the palm of your hand.
And of course, while you interact with us, make sure you follow us across all social media handles. Of course, we have TikTok. That's where we are on now. You've done some videos for TikTok, right?
I have.
Definitely.
And those trends, though, and a lot of...
Are you sure you can keep up?
No, I don't try to keep up with trends. I try to create them.
Okay, wonderful. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that.
But we have a lineup for you today.
Yep. Let's get straight to what we have this morning for you.
The geeky nutritionist Uju Onora is nutritionist and health and wellness advocate. Now, she constantly seeks to lend her voice towards tackling issues of nutritional concern. She's also a content creator online, and she has some amazing tips for us, especially with regards to healthy eating. Today, we're talking snacks and snacking. It's a very, very important topic. What and what should you be snacking on, and what shouldn't you?
Titi, I think I need some snacks this morning.
Really?
Your coffee's too dark.
Oh, wow.
Your coffee is too dark.
Yeah, so, you know, everyone has something that they rely on for that boost in the morning.
Boost, yeah? How much of a boost does it give you?
So it, first of all, it warms up my voice.
Okay.
I never feel like I'm completely awake until I've had something warm, you know.
Pass through your throat.
So whether it's warm water, warm tea, lemon and honey, something warm has to. Yeah, that's first.
That's cool.
Yeah. Then secondly, in the end, it's really just hydrating yourself.
Oh, you almost cannot overhydrate yourself. It's very necessary. Yeah. You know, I know people who have spoken about water therapy. I've tried it sometimes. I've not been really consistent with it. I've not really followed through all. But then it's very good. Cleanse your stomach. I mean, before, even your bowels actually are very free. And you might want to, you know, empty your bowels even before you have your first meal of the day.
So, you know the amazing thing? There's this app. You know, you're the techie guy on this show now.
All right.
There's this app that actually sends you reminders of when to drink water.
Oh, cool.
So it's called the Calm app, I think. And I just realized that as soon as I woke up, I started drinking a lot more water. So I drink like 75 cl in the morning.
In the
First
morning?
thing, yeah.
75?
And it helps, yeah. And I feel...
Room temperature or cold?
Room temperature.
Room temperature.
I leave it by the bed, so as soon as I put my feet on the floor...
Perfect. You pick it up. You do that. How long have you been doing this?
About a year now.
Have you noticed anything that you can attribute to this early morning water therapy?
So definitely I feel more wide awake quicker. My mouth doesn't feel so dry. That whole groggy feeling shakes off a lot faster once I hydrate. Yeah. So I actually feel weird when I don't have water in the morning now. Yeah. Because
you've gotten so used to it. And that is before you brush your teeth.
Yes.
It has to be before you brush your teeth.
Just as soon as you wake up. Just restart your system.
You know, and then even when it comes to brushing, there was something I came across. I've come across it on different occasions, but now it has become true that, you know, when we brush, or how we're taught to brush, you brush and rinse your mouth. You know, that's not how to brush. You know, you don't rinse your mouth.
Well, I'm not sure what you mean by rinsing.
So when you get the paste and then you brush and all of that, and then you wash your brush, you now
gargle water,
rinse everything out. It's not supposed to be so.
So what is supposed to be
What you do is you brush. You understand? When you're done, you wash it, you spit out, you know, whatever is there, and then you leave that after feel, that taste still in your mouth, because that is what takes its time. So when you hear about cleanliness and nourishes and all of that, that's what you do. You leave it.
Oh, wow.
You leave it. So that's why you're not supposed to eat immediately after. So you spit out the excess and then you leave it in your mouth. And then that's where the paste gets to do its work.
We have a dentist that comes in everywhere. I'm going to ask
but yeah, you should
about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about. I mean, it's you know, it's been medical services have been more accessible on social media. You have different doctors who come up with videos, and I think which of them was it? Which of them that put this up?
I'm gonna challenge you.
It was cool.
So there was this challenge I saw. After you brush your teeth, go and drink a bottle of orange juice.
I'll do it before. I'll do it before. But hey, come on, there's quite a lot we have in store for you this morning, today. Just chill, relax. We'll show you the weather, and then we'll get back with the news.
You're welcome back on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinso. It's time for the news. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has fixed October the 15th to hear all applications relating to a 20 billion naira bailout loan allegedly belonging to the Kogi State government and said to be warehoused by Sterling Bank PLC. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke fixed the dates following an application by counsel to the Kogi State government, who told the court that the client had filed processes challenging the interim order earlier granted. Vacation judge Justice Tijani Ringim had on the 31st of August granted an ex parte application for an interim forfeiture of the sum after taking arguments from the EFCC's counsel. The EFCC alleges that the 20 billion naira loan meant to augment the salary payment and running cost of the state government was kept in an interest-yielding account with Sterling Bank. In Benue State, 9 persons were killed in a series of attacks by suspected herdsmen in Guma local government area between the 24th and the 27th of September. Brother of Guma Council Chairman Caleb Abba is said to be among the deceased victims. Mr. Abba narrated how the invading herdsmen have continued to attack his people on their farms and even in the market. He also said 4 persons were killed after an attack in Gbajima on Sunday evening, while 4 others were killed during an attack in Uleve community on Monday. Still in Benue, some miners were feared killed yesterday after a mineral deposit popularly known as Tijir mine collapsed in Duejime near Anyi community in Logo local government area. According to a source, Mr. Baba Nguto, the accident happened while the victims were on site. He said there were workers who died instantly, while others who sustained injuries were taken to a hospital in Anyi. Meanwhile, Council Chairman of Logo confirmed the incident and said the state government is not aware of the mining operation in the area. The police in Ondo State have commenced investigation into the case of a body discovered at the Okejebu area of Akure yesterday. A spokesperson to the state command said preliminary investigations showed that the lady was not strangled to death. Some residents say the lady's corpse was dumped by people suspected to be internet fraudsters who drove off immediately.
If you can look what happened here, they dump her. As we check her. So advice to our ladies nowadays is that they do shouldn't just follow man or any guy around. They have to be cautious.
For now, we do not have any information about her. But of course, immediately she's been taken to the morgue. Autopsy will be carried out on her so that we'll know what actually led to her death. The policeman said there was no mark of violence, but I think she's more like, it's more of a suspected deranged woman. Maybe she fell on her way or something like that.
A top United States General, Mark Milley, has warned that al-Qaeda terrorists in Afghanistan could threaten the U.S. in not more than a year. General Milley says the Taliban still has a relationship with the terrorist group, and it would now be harder to protect Americans from terrorist attacks from Afghanistan. The U.S. General and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin were questioned in Congress about last month's pullout from Afghanistan. The hearing, held by the Senate Armed Services Committee, comes weeks after a chaotic withdrawal at Kabul, as countries sought to get their citizens home and thousands of desperate Afghans beg for rescue.
Welcome back, people. You're on to Wake Up Nigeria, and yes, it is time for the newspaper headlines, and today we're starting with the Vanguard newspaper. Making the headlines, it reads, "Hard knocks for northern governors over stand on VAT power shift." And also here we have 8 feared killed in Shiite shooting in Abuja. And revenue allocation formula outdated, says Gbaja. And also here we have attacks on security agents. Sanwo-Olu orders CP to fish out culprits. And here we have banks intensify competition for deposits, raise interest rates by 140%. And also here we have National Assembly laments poor state of roads as Senate demands 300 billion naira emergency intervention fund. And that's it on the cover of the Vanguard newspaper. Next up, we have the Punch newspaper making the headlines. Federal government releases fresh debtors released November. 77 oil firms owe 2.66 trillion naira. And also we hear at the bottom of the paper, we have, "It's an insult comparing me to hush puppy," says jailed Invictus Obi. Also here we have Saraki Gbemisola tackled Kwara governor over demolition of local government library. And Shiites clash with soldiers police in Abuja, alleged 8 members killed. And at the bottom here we still have develop Ondo seaport, decongest Apapa gridlock. Akeredolu tells federal government, and police comb waterways, orders to free abducted retired general in Lagos. And finally here, restructuring, only solution must be done before 2023, Afenifere insists. And here, next up, we have the Daily Sun newspaper making the headlines. Here we have Afenifere Middle Belt Forum. Ohaneze Sani hits Northern governors, leaders. "You left massive killings going on to talk about power shifts," says MBF. "You can't regain power by zoning. Presidency to North." Ohaneze warns PDP. 2 burns in Rivers tanker explosion. And also here we have Senate reps in Cold War over bill's concurrence. And finally, we have Obaseki sends names of commissioner nominees to Endo Assembly. Sorry about that. And next up, and that's it on the newspaper headlines this morning. Next up, we have fitness. Stay with us.
All right. Now, so if the Dutch police carry teddy bears, what exactly would you think the Nigerian police should carry?
What do they carry teddy bears for?
They carry the teddy bears so if they see a scared child, they'll calm the scared child with a teddy bear.
Do they always carry? Because
they say they carry it on the job. Hey, that's what it says.
Maybe not always. So if there's a distress call about the child, maybe, but not that they'll just be going out and steady carry.
I actually think they probably have it in their cars.
I don't get, maybe you understand, so that if that kind of situation, if it does happen,
you think anything like that could ever happen in Nigeria?
Let's believe. Let's hope. Hope is what we have. Yes. That's all we have now. That's all we have now.
Maybe they'll end up using it to calm a scared adult. Because, I don't know.
We have something...
we do. Something that came up was Will Smith. He just had a recent interview with GQ, the magazine. And he made some revelations quite interesting. He said that himself and Jada Pinkett, they agreed at one point that they were no longer going to be monogamous in their marriage. They came together. You know, of course, this is, after the whole brouhaha that when Jada Pinkett spoke about entanglement. Exactly. Yeah. And, for a lot of people, it felt like Will Smith was a victim
Yeah.
You know, because, you know, there's a meme of him that trended.
Yeah,
you know,
that he had a sad face. It looked
and
like
all
he
of
was sad.
That meme was trending and all of that.
He actually said that wasn't really the case. He was exhausted during that interview. He said he had been on set, he had, you know, been traveling.
You go find an excuse,
and he was tired.
Last at the end. You know, but before now, he also spoke about his relationship, about why we had known that why he didn't speak to Park Shakur before his death, because of how close Park was to his wife. They were childhood friends. And, you know, he felt that the relationship they had was, it threatened him. You know, and so he didn't speak to Park. But then, you know, this guy, but they had agreed. He said at one point in their marriage, they came back and, you know, and from what he even said, she gave up a lot for his dreams.
Wow.
You understand? He was always traveling. He was always doing stuff. He was always going out. She had to be the one at home. She had to ensure everything was going on fine. He said he was quite selfish. And at one point, they were arguing, and then they came up and said, let's not that. But he said something. He said, this is what works for us. Wow. Doesn't necessarily mean it will work for you.
So to all of those people who called out his wife for doing what she did, having an entanglement, so doesn't that tell them to go and mind their own business at this point? It does, because so many people called her out for being a bad wife, for cheating on Will, and this and that, you know. And there's just something about never truly knowing what's going on inside a marriage if you're not a part of it. Which is why they always say, no, they put mouth for inside husband and wife.
You see, but...
well, especially, okay, so we're in that... We're in an era, right, where infidelity, infidelity has become the order of the day in a lot of relationships, in a lot of marriages. I mean, even based on research, statistics, based on even statistics, you find out that there are even more Nigerian women who are unfaithful. So I feel that if it's, you know, if instead of cheating, instead of, you know, being unfaithful, I think it's between the husband and wife can come. You need to come to that agreement. That okay, so this is what it is. I know we are in a religion, we're in that culture, and all
so
of that.
So the truth is,
our culture is not religious. Our culture is pretentious.
Chances are,
and hypocritical. That's the culture.
That's the word. That's the word.
Pretentious and hypocritical. Let's not go into morals and all that.
Chances are that the infidelity is going to happen. So what Will is basically saying is that, look, they had an agreement, so they're actually being faithful to the agreement that they have. This is not an agreement the whole world has with them. This is an agreement they have with each other. So in other words, they're actually being faithful to their own agreement.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with you.
And you know what?
Meanwhile, the hypocrites out there...
Yeah,
I'm going to say hypocrites out there are going to do wrong and act like they're doing right and call out people. So I'm going to touch on the whole... I didn't want to bring it in, the whole Big Brother issue. Yeah, I'm going to touch on that.
Between
Boma
and
Boma posted something yesterday saying that there are a lot of hypocrites out there, basically, who are even still hiding their faces. Yeah. You never know, these same people that are posting and tweeting and dragging people online, you never know what they are even doing in their own relationships. That could be 10 times worse. Just because his just happened to be on TV, you're calling him out.
So so for me, for Jada and for Will, I really, really appreciate what they did, and kudos to them. It worked for them. It is working for them.
And their marriage is still strong.
Yes, and they don't have issues. And look, hey, we decided it's virtually an open marriage. We might not even refer to ourselves as married per se, but that is what works for us. And they are good with it. Kudos to them. I feel like if more people embraced reality, more people might go through that route. But would rather not, you know, would rather, that's why a lot of us would rather take junk, cover it up. You know, we don't know what we're eating. Let's just take it. You understand? But they are a society that they are quite honest about things.
The challenge is now the moral standing and legacy they leave for their kids.
Yeah,
that's the only issue.
Because
the family, it's an issue because of what tradition and basic culture has always been.
Yeah,
a family unit is, you know, a mom, a dad, and 2 kids. I'm not even saying a husband and a wife now. I'm just saying a mom and a dad, because in the end, many people don't get married.
Yeah.
And what their kids do in future will sort of have a reflection on what It'll sort of mirror what their parents have shown them.
Traditionally, Africa is known for polygamous relationships, polygamous marriages. That's what we are even known for. So the whole mother, father, and kid something is lost on us here in Africa. Prior to this time, historical books have shown that polygamy has always been the order of the day. This now, I mean, in South Africa, they're talking about polyandry and all of that. The children or whatever, people, they forge their own paths. They've understood. And a lot of these discussions, Willow was there. One thing they understand is that, yes, one thing is understand they were there, they understand, they make them, they take them to the extent whereby they understand what their choices mean and they make their own choices. So I don't think that, look, they forge their own paths.
Hopefully they will forge positive paths on this and it just doesn't do any damage to them mentally, because how they started is not how they're wrapping it up.
All right. But so let's know what you think, right? Let's know, would you personally, I mean, rather than have a partner cheat, would you actually openly want an open marriage? Would you want that rather than have a partner, cheat on you? Let's know. Let's know on social media, on Facebook. We'll take your comments later on in the show.
Welcome back. Now, yeah, Wake Up Nigeria has all sorts of amazing people step into the studio every single day. We have another of those such people here today to inspire you, and he was invited by our friends at Lush Hair. We have Kola Olaiwola Daniels here. Now, he's better known as Daniel's Touch, and he is a mobile stylist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so first of all, what is a mobile stylist?
Being a mobile stylist,
Yeah.
you don't have to own a salon.
Okay.
So most of our jobs, you go to hotels or home service and all.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, so this
move
is
from one place to another,
So you have your bag.
I have my kits,
your kit packed.
So packed. So I don't have to, own a salon before.
All right.
Yeah.
It does feel like, mobile styling is like kind of like a relatively new thing, right?
Yeah.
Or has it always been happening?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing this?
I started 2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Okay, so there must have been some kind of training process involved. How did it all start?
Few years back, I had some, challenges and all. So
Okay.
that was before I ventured into hair making and all.
Okay.
So I thought of what I could do to support my single mom and to support my siblings and all.
Okay.
So the only thing that came to my mind was, going into hair.
Okay.
So 2015, I started, I learned how to make hair. And then I was doing the normal hairdresser thing,
Okay.
braids, cutting of hair and all. So afterwards, a few years later, I upgraded to bridal styling, which I'm doing right now.
Bridal styling.
Yes.
So you're one of those people that chops money every weekend. My goodness. So bridal styling is very unique.
Yes.
There's so much pinning and primping and puffing and padding, and then you also have anxious brides who are all nervous and they all want to look good. Don't you feel any pressure every week?
Yeah, feeling pressure, it's I think it's normal, and let me say I'm used to it. So whenever I feel pressure, I just work around it.
Okay.
So it's a normal thing for me, so I'm used to it and all. So.
Okay, so you have like your kit that you carry around with you.
Yes, please.
I'm wondering, as a mobile stylist, maybe there's someone out there that's wondering what exactly is in that kit. What are the key things that you have to go around with?
Wow. In my kit, I have my thong, my straightener, then my wax, which is very important.
Okay.
My thread.
Okay.
Clips, bobby pins, and so many.
So basically with your pins, your clips, your bobby pins, your wax, and your straightener.
And my hair bun.
And your hair bun.
Yeah.
You can put together a bridal style like that.
Exactly.
All right. So I know that there has been this trend in hairstyling. People have started braiding again.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I know that you're into bridal hair, but how has braiding come into your business?
Well, I don't think braiding, I don't do much of braiding and also what I actually do is bridal styling. And also, well, sometimes I have a client, you know, that wants me to style their braids and all. So, and you know, from my experience, so I work around it.
So our friends at Lush Hair have some products that are good for bridal hairstyles.
Yeah,
yes?
sure, yeah.
And I know that stylists such as yourself need really good products.
Yeah.
You know, so when did you start using Lush Hair products?
I actually started this year,
okay.
to be kind of here this year.
Yeah.
So, and I fell in love with a Lush product because, you know, because of the, it's kind of a, because of the lightweight,
okay.
you know, and because of the texture, it has this unique texture.
Okay.
Then this shininess, you know, it gives me joy, you know. While using Lush products, I always feel, okay, I would definitely get what I want.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's key, getting what you want out of a hairstyle. Especially with bridal styles, you don't want your bride wondering, like, what's going on? So I guess in your kit now, you always have some Lush Hair with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I want to talk a bit about, you know, your journey, you know, into styling. I know you must have learned from someone. Was it an easy journey to learn hairstyling?
Trust me, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but I thank God. And I learned from a good person, which is Toby Storch. You know, he's a very popular.
I know Toby. Yeah.
So, and you know, he's a very popular person. And aside that, you know, and I'm very glad I learned from him because you know, he devoted his time for me. You know, just to get to where I am today, and I appreciate that.
Let's talk about the challenges that the average stylist goes through. Now, you're a mobile stylist, meaning that you probably have challenges as well. So would you share some of them with us?
Well, concerning that, what I would just say is that, you know, it's not so easy with the current situation of Nigeria, you know, setting up a salon. And, you know, before I can actually think of that, so that means probably I have a huge capital, which, you know, I'm ready to, you know. And another thing is price comparison. Yeah, because, you know, I think being a mobile stylist, yeah, it's so, I think I'm pleased with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm pleased with it. Because in some cases, yeah, client might actually walk into a salon and, you know, okay, they would want to probably do a style, and the whole now is okay. For this look, okay, this is the price.
Yeah.
Okay, for instance, okay, for this look, it's 5,000 there.
Okay.
So the client might, you know, can decide to be so dramatic and be like, no, I have another salon I make my hair. I can go to, and you know, for this look, they will charge me maybe 1K or 2K. You know, and you know, stuff like that, you know, affects the business. Okay. So being a mobile stylist, yeah, you know, it's not so easy for me too. Yeah. But I think I prefer, or I think I'm pleased, you know, being a mobile stylist.
So I guess you don't have challenges of rent, you know, paying for fuel for generator, right? But then you also have to think of transportation and fuel costs.
Yeah. Concerning that, yeah, I face that a lot because, you know, some client doesn't even want to care about where you're coming from. Okay. Because, you know, I might want to, a client might book me and I'll be going to Aja.
Wow.
So, you know, when I ask you, okay, where in Aja? You tell me, you like Aja. So Aja, you know, we have different.
It's really big.
So by the time I get to Aja, and I'll be like, okay, ma, where am I coming to exactly? So that time, you know, okay, probably I'm going to Lakwe or inside Aja, you know, it's kind of a, you know, by the time you calculate the expenses, the transportation thing, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot, but, you know, we are used to it, and we just feel.
I have to ask you now, there are probably some young stylists watching right now. What sort of advice would you give them if they were about to start this kind of business?
Well, for that, I think I have just 3 things to say, you know, and this is what I tell people, you know, my colleagues and friends. So the first thing is staying focused. And the second thing is you know, being consistent.
Okay.
Because trust me, being a stylist now, you know, everybody. My office is Instagram is my. Let me say Instagram is my office.
Okay.
Do you get? So I have to be very consistent, you know, posting stuff so people would, okay, this person is working.
Yeah.
So because if you don't post, people don't know, okay, if you're working or not, and people will forget you. Do you get? So, and the last thing is no competition.
Wow.
Yeah, because I don't compete with anybody. So if you can have that, you know, mentality of not competing with people or your colleagues or something, then trust me, because everybody has a long way to go, and you know, our time is different.
All right.
So
I have to thank you, Daniel Touch, for coming to talk to us. A big shout out to our friends at Lush Hair for inviting him. Hopefully you've learned a thing or two from our guest today. We're going to be taking a quick break, but we'll be back with more.
The popular adage says, focus on the destination, your journey through, or focus on the journey and not just the destination, because the experiences that you get while you're on the journey cannot be quantified just by the destination, eh? So come on. Now, talking about Chronicles, Titi has started that journey where she goes around. I don't know why it's Titi. I really don't know why. And then you guys call me the foodie audition. No. But Chronicles of a Foodie, of course, has its very omnipresent host, and that is Titi. This time around, she went to Wilson's Cafe. She went to sample. She has been sampling. She has gone to, there was a Father Boy. I really enjoyed that episode. There were some different places. But this one is Wilson's Cafe, and there's a whole lot for her there. I don't know if she took takeaway. I will find out. But let's take a look at this edition of Chronicles of a Foodie. Let's see what Titi went out to do.
Now, if the first hour wasn't magical for you, trust us, there's an even bigger name to call right now. Welcome back. It's the second lap of your #1 breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
No, the first hour had to be magical.
Yeah.
The only way it wasn't magical is if you missed Chronicles of a Foodie. That was a magic way. I really enjoyed it. I really did. I really did.
It didn't make you hungry, hopefully.
I was already hungry before it, so I really did. But it was magical. It was magical. Do we have it on social media?
That
particular episode.
I believe we should.
Maybe you should find a way and get it out there. But hey, come on. If you are just joining, it's the second lap of the show, and of course, amazing things have been happening. We still have 45 minutes left, and we promise that every single minute will be worth your while as we take you on a roller coaster ride.
Now, we have to warn you. Titi and Mike, especially, were fairly addictive. Once you put on the TV, you cannot change it.
Come on. That's
when we're right there in front of your screens, the remote just disappears.
Of course.
We operate on a different spectrum. We always go the extra mile just for you.
Now, it's never crowded here. Now, thank you for following us all through since we started. This one's the edition. It's great to have you. You are the most important person. You are there watching. Thank you for being a part of all of this.
My name is Titilayo Oyinsong.
I'm Mike Messikeno. Now remember, you can use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC across all social media platforms to be a part of the numero uno breakfast show. Now remember, we put out that questionnaire. Would you want to have an open marriage? Would you want to? So just go up there on our Facebook page, and we've already seen some responses.
Yeah.
So let's know what you think. Of course, we're taking a case study from Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Someone even asked the question, is that, yes, that's the reason why we put out that question. Let's know what you think. Remember, you can watch us live from absolutely anywhere across the world via our mobile app, which you can download from the Google Play Store and Apple iOS.
We're having quite a lot of fun on TikTok these days, as well as Facebook and Instagram at TVC Connect. So make sure you follow us on all those social media platforms as soon as you can.
Yep. And now, come on. We have a performance, Bijola Israel.
We also have a nutritionist stepping into the building. It's all about health and wellness, and she constantly seeks to lend her voice towards tackling issues of nutritional concern. She's an Instagram creator as well. Her page is packed with expert nutrition advice. We are going to be speaking with Uju, the geeky nutritionist, very soon with regards to snacking. So this word snack, a lot of people confuse this word snack. Some people think pastries are the only real snack.
Okay, when you say pastries, talking about baked food, right?
Baked food, baked goods.
Baked goods.
Yes, but fruit could be a snack. Chips could be a snack. Even very tiny meals could be a snack.
And sometimes eba can be a snack too.
Eba is not a snack. Oh.
Pounded yam. Look at Don. Don is laughing here. One of our DOPs. Eba is a snack for him.
Eba is not a snack.
And one of my producers here, of course, producer of Chronicles of a Foodie, Francis, for him, that kind of a person now,
Rice
is a snack.
Is not a snack. Gary is not a snack. Well, Gary is sugar and
Is it about size?
I actually do think it's about
because
size.
For me, Nkwobi, you can take, you know that
Nkwobi, how is Nkwobi a snack now?
That is a snack. I can take like 5 plates and you're still warming up.
Well, you have a point, because you know how they do those Nkwobi plates?
Yeah.
It's an illusion bowl.
I am telling you, why is that?
Why? I don't get it.
So you raise up,
the bowl is like an illusion bowl. The bowl is so big, and then you realize that the bowl is so shallow. I don't understand.
The next Chronicles, we are going to find somewhere where they have Nkwobi, and let's see if I find out why Nkwobi is that way. Why are they cheating us?
Can't you give us a proper bowl of Nkwobi?
Yep.
Anyhow, thanks for staying with us. This is Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the news. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos State has fixed October the 15th to hear all applications relating to a 20 billion naira bailout loan allegedly belonging to the Kogi State government and said to be warehoused by Sterling Bank PLC. Justice Chukwujeku Aneke fixed the date following an application by counsel to the Kogi State government, who told the court that his client had filed processes challenging the interim order earlier granted. Vacation judge Justice Tijani Rinjim said on the 31st of August, granting an ex parte application for an interim forfeiture of the sum after taking arguments from the EFCC's counsel. The EFCC alleges that the 20 billion naira loan meant to augment the salary payment and running costs of the state government was kept in an interest-yielding account with Sterling Bank. In Benue State, 9 persons were killed in a series of attacks by suspected herdsmen in Guma local government area between the 24th and 27th of September. Brother of Guma Council Chairman Caleb Abba is said to be among the deceased victims. Mr. Abba narrated how the invading herdsmen have continued to attack his people on their farms and even in the market. He also said 4 persons were killed after an attack in Gbajima on Sunday evening, while 4 others were killed during an attack on Uleve community on Monday. Still in Benue, some miners were feared killed yesterday after a mineral deposit popularly known as Tojir Mine collapsed in Dujime near Ayi community in Logo local government area. According to a source, Mr. Baba Nguto, the accident happened while the victims were on site, and he said 3 workers died instantly, while others who sustained injuries were taken to a hospital in Ayi. Meanwhile, council chairman of Logo confirmed the incident, saying the state government was not aware of the mining operation in the area. The police in Ondo State have commenced investigation into the case of a body discovered at the Oke-Ijebu area of Akure yesterday. Spokesperson of the State Police Command says preliminary investigations show that the lady was not strangled to death. Some residents say the lady's corpse was dumped by people suspected to be internet fraudsters who drove off immediately. A top United States General Mark Milley has warned that al-Qaeda terrorists in Afghanistan could threaten the U.S. in not more than a year. General Milley says the Taliban still has a relationship with the terrorist group, and it would now be harder to protect Americans from terrorist attacks from Afghanistan. The U.S. General and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin were questioned in Congress about last month's pullout from Afghanistan. The hearing held by the State Armed Services Committee comes weeks after a chaotic withdrawal at Kabul airport, as countries sought to get their citizens home and thousands of desperate Afghans begged for rescue.
And that is a precise and concise way to carry out cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, as you may know it. All right, let's take some comments very fast on social media. Now, we put up that post if you would be interested in an open marriage. And, of course, Tokumbo Mary has said, this question is because of Will and Jada. Yes, of course, it is because of them. And Udeme Ekanem says, I can only imagine this can only happen abroad, not in Nigeria. Ego shock you. He go shock you very much. Johnson Foster Sr. just says, OMG, ha, ha, ha. Well, Usani Odum says, aren't men already practicing open relationships? In my country, they even deny their wives or tell the innocent girls, it's you I love. My wife is just a wife. You are the main thing. Thank you very much for that comment, Usani Odum. Sugar Love says, relationship is open in the first place until there is a commitment such as engagement or in marriage. But being girlfriend, boyfriend is an open relationship. The earliest you realize that, you know peace. Okay. Now, Godwin Okpo says, what type of open relationship? Please be specific and explicit. Okay. We're taking a case study from Jada and Will Smith so you can understand what we mean. That's in marriage. Olushola Adebare says, God forbid. Said it twice. Okay, Cherish Marshall said rubbish. Whoa. Real Bobby. Real Bobby wanted to come after me. He said, Mike was trying to sound unlogical, partial, and biased. Okay. He said, firstly, marriage, according to how God ordained it, was supposed to be between a man and woman. But since the devil hijacked the institution, man started to change the narrative to suit their fantasies. Now, for me, I condemn adultery, fornication, and cheating in marriage. Jada and Smith are agents of the New World Order whose aim is to infiltrate other people's marriages with their evil agenda. Okay, so Bobby, real Bobby, do you remember the story of Abraham and his maid? I guess you're a Christian because you were quoting off from biblical references. Do you remember that story? Abraham and his maid. Okay, that's one. And then Abraham's grandson, Jacob. You remember the story of Rachel and Leah? You remember Rebecca and Leah? Then Solomon, of course. You remember that one, yeah? Let me just leave it at that. Okay. Ubon Abson Udubo says it builds confidence. Wow. How does that even build confidence? Okay. But it's true. Your confidence. You know when men tell a man, say, are you married? Say, he's married, but he's not really married like that. Quite interesting. Thank you very much for all your comments. Thank you very much for participating. Now it's Wake Up Nigeria. We have one more segment to go. It's nutrition. You might want to not miss this one. It will be after this time out.
Me, I no go suffer. I no go beg for bread. God of miracle, now my papa. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to sing that song. That's what it reminded me of. Thank you so much for that performance. I'm going to be moving on to nutrition now. Our nutritionist is Uju Onora. She's a health and wellness advocate, and she constantly seeks to lend her voice towards tackling issues of nutritional concern. And a big shout out to our team here at Wake Up Nigeria. They're always concerned with everything that has to do with our nutrition here. You know, they always try and make sure that we have the right topics and we're able to get them explained with our guests. Welcome back, the geeky nutritionist.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
We're talking snacks now.
Yes, we are.
And snacking.
Yes.
So what actually constitutes a snack? Talk to us.
Oh, that's, I think before I answer, it's important we understand what a snack is, as well as what snacking is. Yeah, so a snack is a small service of food or even a drink. A drink could be a snack, actually, that is eaten or drunk in between your main meals. Well, while snacking, obviously, I mean, as the name implies, is an act of eating a drink, a food, or taking a drink in between your main meals.
So anything in between meals is considered a snack?
Well, no.
Not anything? Not
anything.
Okay. Does it depend on size, weight, the time of the day? What does it depend on?
Okay, it depends on a couple of factors. And I think in a nutshell, what exactly are you eating? Okay. How are you eating? When are you eating? And most importantly, I think portion. The size.
Okay, so things like meat pie, donut, sausage roll, egg roll, are they snacks?
They are snacks, but not too healthy snacks because they are more processed.
They're processed. Yeah. So snacks are not processed? Is that what you're saying?
Meat pies, donuts are all snacks. Okay. But it's very important that while in this whole healthy eating, healthy living journey, that you go more for less processed foods or drinks as snacks. All right. I mean, you could take one whole apple. That's already a snack. And a healthy snack then, as opposed to taking your meat pie. Okay. So, yes, in answer to your question, meat pies are snacks, but They're healthy alternatives. Survival for meat pie.
All right. So I'm going to go back to this meat pie matter.
Okay.
Because some people cannot imagine eating just one or even two.
Yeah.
They have to eat like 3, and they still call it a snack. They still go for a full meal. What do you say to that?
Remember, I said earlier about portion. Portion is so very important.
Okay.
A snack is not meant to make you full. Yes, when taking a snack, you're not supposed to be full.
Okay.
When I'm taking an apple, it's just supposed to, or an apple or an orange, it's just supposed to basically keep me at ease, just satisfy a bit of the hunger before my main meal.
Okay.
So the issue oftentimes, like I even experience this with some of my clients, is that everybody thinks, oh, I'm supposed to take snacks to make me full.
Okay.
And then you get to still eat your main meal. And then when you think about this in the long run, the calorie intake gets to be overboard more than what you're supposed to take in a day.
So let's talk about calorie intake
Okay.
now. So the average calorie intake for an adult is, I think, between 2,000 calories.
2,000 thereabouts,
2,000
yes. An average adult, yes.
And one meat pie has probably about 1,000.
No, that's a bit over.
I'm exaggerating
so maybe,
here.
like 300.
300.
Depending on the constituent of the meat pie. 300, 350 thereabout, yeah.
350. So by the time I take 9, or rather 3 of that, that's going over 1,000 calories.
You're already taking more.
You've taken basically half the number of
you're
calories.
Getting it, yes. You're already taking more than half of your calorie, your daily calorie in a day. Yes. So that's, and then, you know, like you rightly said, some of these persons, right, would still, after eating the snacks, take, you know, maybe a full bowl of eba and soup. Yeah. And they still eat something else. And just check it out. It's more like 3,000 calories or plus in a day. And
so in the end, you have the average person, probably they're working.
Yeah.
They're hard at work.
Yeah.
They have deadlines.
Yeah.
The first thing they can grab is maybe an egg roll, a bottle of cola, and maybe a packet of biscuits or something like that. Now, an average bottle of cola might have, I think, probably about 600 calories in there, around there, if not more, based on the calorie intake.
Yeah.
And plus the egg roll, and plus the biscuits. Now, people are doing this on a daily basis.
Yes.
They're not just taking it one-off. What are the negative effects of over-snacking?
The very first thing I think happens is weight gain.
Okay.
That's like the more obvious thing that happens. But shout out to those people that eat and don't gain weight.
Okay.
And that brings me to the second thing that may likely happen. So you may probably be having these things over time and you don't gain weight, maybe because of your body physiology as an individual. But then, these things increase your risk to chronic diseases.
Okay.
That's when you begin to see somebody that it's probably just 40, 40-something, and there's heart this one, there's chronic disease, coronary heart attack.
Okay.
You know, even somebody as young as 30-something.
Yeah.
So that is where excessive intake of fatty foods and foods that are highly processed, that is one very long-term
issue.
Long-term effect.
Okay.
It probably doesn't happen right now.
So you might not be gaining excessive weight. It might not be showing in your jeans or in that fancy top or your body size. It might not be puffing out your cheeks, but it could be affecting your blood sugar. It could be affecting your heart. So let's reduce the snacking, people, and exchange them for healthier options. Let's try some fruit and vegetables this week. That's our message from us to you. At this point, I have to say thank you so much for coming to join us.
Thank you.
And we'll definitely be checking out the Geeky Nutritionist on social media. And you'll be checking us out as well. Send in your questions. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and follow us at TVC Connect. Mikey, we've had a great show today, haven't we?
Yes, I have a question.
Go on.
You see, my main guy, Bimri, can eat like 2,000 naira pomo. And when like pomo does not have calories. You can eat 2,000 naira pomo and you get full. So that's a good snack, right, pomo?
Correction, Mike. It has calories. It just doesn't have nutrients.
Sorry.
Correction.
I'm sorry.
So
it's been
you
a wonderful
have calories
time.
in pomo.
Thank you very much for all of you for being a part of the show. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everyone. Bye.